Some Bluey episodes end when the credits roll, but the real story keeps unfolding where no one's looking. 1. The stalker dog is always watching. There's one background dog who just can't seem to mind his own business. In Hammer Barn, he strolls past the window while Bandit dreams about buying a pizza oven. Later, in dance mode, the same dog appears again outside a cafe while the healers are eating. He never speaks, never interacts, just lurks. Maybe he's shopping at all the same places by coincidence. Or maybe he's tracking the family for some unknown reason. Is he a spy? A secret relative? A very committed window shopper? Whatever his deal is, he's always there, silent and unblinking, like a mystery that refuses to leave. 2. Bandit and Chilli's double life. Some people think Bandit and Chilli might be living a secret life that's straight out of a crime movie. Bandit digs up rare objects for his archaeology work. Chilli works at the airport where things can quietly slip past customs. Put those jobs together and suddenly it looks like the perfect smuggling team. Maybe those family holidays are actually cover stories for moving priceless treasures. Or maybe they're just normal parents with cool jobs. Still, it's hard not to picture them exchanging secret code words over breakfast while planning the next dig. Cute on the outside, suspiciously convenient on the inside. 3. The bridesmaid no one knows. At Frisky and Uncle Rad's wedding, all the important guests are easy to spot, except one. Standing beside Chilli is another bridesmaid we've never met. She isn't Brandy, so she's not Chilli's sister. She doesn't match any of Rad's relatives we've seen. Maybe she's an old friend from Frisky's childhood. Maybe she married into the family quietly and never appeared on screen. Or maybe she's someone with a story too wild to tell at a wedding. Whoever she is, she made the cut for one of the most important days in the Healer family's life, and we still have no clue why. 4. The cat that no one sees. In Copycat, Bandit says a bird got hurt because of a cat. Simple enough, except there's one problem. We've never seen a single cat anywhere in Bluey's world. The streets, parks, and backyards are full of dogs, yet somewhere, a stealthy feline is supposedly roaming free. Is it hiding in the shadows? Living in secret tunnels? Running a secret underground cat empire? Even Bandit's archaeology slides show dogs and cats as sworn enemies, which only makes this stranger. If a cat really is prowling around Brisbane, it's pulling off the best game of hide-and-seek in children's television history. 5. The breakup and the beggar. Cornelius once dated a stylish shop worker who seemed to appear everywhere in town. In Quiet Game, the two are shown giving money to a scruffy dog sitting on the street. Here's where it gets strange. The dog looks almost exactly like the Terrier brothers. Same fur, same build, just older and worn down. Could this be their missing dad, now homeless after walking away from his family? If that's true, it's one of the saddest stories hidden in Bluey. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, and we're seeing connections that aren't really there. Either way, that short moment leaves a lasting image. Love gone, family missing, and a mystery that refuses to explain itself. 6. The Butlers who shouldn't exist. In one episode, Bluey and Bingo dream about their perfect mansion, complete with a team of butlers. There's a regular butler, a chef butler, a science butler, even a janitor butler. The strange part is how real they all look, like people the girls have actually met. But you can't dream up strangers from nothing, so where did these faces come from? Did they see them in passing? On TV? Walking down the street? It's a small detail that makes the dream feel oddly real, as if their minds borrowed people from the real world to serve them breakfast in dreamland. 7. The pup who rolls through town. Posie is the only dog in Bluey who uses a wheelchair. She's a small papillon with big ears and a bright smile, but her story is a total mystery. We don't know why she needs the chair, how long she's had it, or even what her day-to-day life is like. She appears in Quiet Game beside a Siberian husky at the markets, then vanishes from the spotlight. No one asks her about it, and the show never explains. Maybe it's an old injury. Maybe she was born that way. Or maybe her backstory is something too big for a quick scene. Whatever the reason, she keeps rolling forward, carrying a question the show has never answered. 8. The mother who's only in memories. Chilli's mom is never seen in the present day. The only glimpses we get are from flashbacks, showing her when Chilli was just a young pup. In the episode Dragon, the story hints at something deeper. The title could be a quiet clue, pointing to a fierce illness that couldn't be beaten. Many think it might have been cancer. With Grandpa Mort often away in the military, Chilli may have spent much of her childhood without either parent nearby. That could explain her strong, steady nature as an adult. It's a sad piece of the family puzzle, tucked into small scenes and soft moments where loss is never named but always quietly felt. 9. The lunchbox that hides a secret. In one school morning scene, Bandit packs lunch for Bluey and Bingo. He casually says, gluten-free for one box, gluten not free for the other. It's a quick moment that slips by without explanation. If you think about it, That means one of the sisters can't eat gluten. Given Bingo's age and smaller size, it makes sense to guess it's her. Maybe she has an allergy or intolerance the show has never talked about. It could be nothing more than a throwaway joke, but it could also be a quiet nod to something important in her daily life hidden behind a sandwich swap. 10. The grandfather who forgets. Grandpa Bob has been missing from most of the series, and when he does appear, something feels off. In Fairy Tale, he struggles to remember Bandit's name and eventually gives up trying. Bluey and Bingo even mention that he once forgot Bingo was born. Those are not the kind of slips you expect from someone who's simply distracted. They point to something more serious, possibly the early stages of dementia. His long absences and unusual behavior could be the family's quiet way of protecting his privacy. What looks like harmless forgetfulness might actually be a heavier truth. The show leaves unspoken, hidden between smiles and short visits. 11. The father who's nowhere to be seen. Judo lives right next door, but we've never once seen her dad. Only her mother, Wendy, appears, always busy and often a little stressed. The show never explains where he is. Maybe her parents divorced, and he lives far away. Maybe he works overseas and is gone for long stretches. There's also the sad possibility that he passed away, leaving Judo with just her mum. Whatever the truth is, his absence feels big, even when no one talks about it. It might explain why Judo sometimes acts tough or distant, as if she's protecting herself from something she can't change. 12. The boy from the smaller house. Rusty's home is different from the bright, roomy houses we see around Brisbane. It's smaller, simpler, and quietly shows that his family lives with less than some of his friends. His dad serves in the army, which might explain both the modest lifestyle and why Rusty is so independent. He spends a lot of time outside, building, playing sports, and making his own fun. It never seems to bother him, but the difference is there if you look. Maybe that's why he dreams big about cricket. Not just for the love of the game, but as a way to change his future. 13. The pup who's always under a cap. Snickers is easy to spot with his long body and floppy ears, but there's another detail that stands out. He almost always wears a cap, no matter the weather or setting. In some big school scenes, like in The Sign, he's missing altogether. It makes you wonder if there's more going on. Maybe the cap is hiding something. Maybe he has a health issue that keeps him out of the sun. It could even explain why he sometimes skips group activities. The show never explains it, leaving us to guess why one of Bluey's friends seems to quietly vanish when it matters. 14. The wedding guest who doesn't fit. At Frisky and Uncle Rad's wedding, the guest list makes sense, until you spot Maynard. He's Grandpa Mort's old fishing buddy, not a family member, yet there he is, sitting front and center like he belongs. The connection to Frisky is never explained. Maybe they grew up in the same small town, or maybe they crossed paths through some strange family link no one has mentioned. Some point out that Maynard owns a gas station and Rad works on an oil rig, which could be the tie, but that feels like a stretch. Whatever the truth is, it's locked away with the wedding album. 15. The show that stole Bluey's sleep. In Double Babysitter, we learn Bluey hates being put to bed by anyone except her parents. The reason goes back to one night with Nana. She was watching something on TV that scared Bluey so badly, it stuck in her mind. The show never reveals what it was. It could have been a horror movie, a spooky documentary, or even something harmless that looked terrifying to a little pup. Whatever it was, it gave her nightmares and left a lasting mark. Now, bedtime without mom or dad feels unsafe. All because of one mystery program that still hides behind the screen. 16. The pup who lost her socks. When Sock was little, she wore striped coverings on her paws that matched her name perfectly. They were part of her look, making her stand out from the other pups. But as time passed, the socks quietly disappeared. No one mentioned it, and the show never gave a reason. Maybe she outgrew them, maybe they wore out, or maybe the animators decided she didn't need them anymore. Still, it feels odd for a character whose name is based on a piece of clothing to lose it completely. Now she runs around barefoot, leaving us to wonder why the socks were left behind. 17. The spots that suddenly multiplied. When we first meet Mackenzie's mom, she has one dark spot on one side of her face. It's small, easy to miss, but it gives her a unique look. Then, without warning, later episodes show her with matching spots on both sides, as if they had always been there. No one mentions the change, and the show offers no hint about why it happened. Was it a quiet update from the animators? Did she decide to dye her fur for style? Or is there some in-universe reason we'll never hear? Whatever the answer, her shifting markings remain a quiet, unspoken mystery. 18. The face that vanished from the show. In one of Bluey's early pilot episodes, there's a portrait hanging on the living room wall. It shows a dog we've never met, smiling as if they belong to the family. But after that, the character disappears completely. No name, no mention, no background. Most shows would reuse a design somewhere, even in the background, but not here. It's like the dog was quietly erased from existence. Was this a dropped character idea? A relative who moved far away? Or someone whose story was cut before it began? Whatever the reason, their face lingers in that single frame and nowhere else. 19. The laundry that makes no sense. In Bluey, almost no one wears clothes, yet the Healer family still washes them. We've seen Chilli doing laundry, and even Bandit drying his foot on Bluey's green shirt. But here's the weird part. We never see anyone actually wearing these clothes. Are they just for special occasions? Do they collect outfits like souvenirs? Or is it all for the comfort of folding fresh laundry? Maybe in this world, clothes are more about style and scent than covering up. Whatever the reason, the sight of a washing line full of unused shirts and shorts turns a normal chore into a strange little mystery. 20. The strangers in the wedding photo. Frisky and Uncle Rad's wedding is packed with familiar faces, but the official photo hides a few surprises. Alongside the people we know are two strangers who seem oddly close to the family. One is said to be Frisky's brother, though we've never heard his name or seen him before. He stands next to the mystery bridesmaid, which makes you wonder if she might actually be his wife. Then there's Maynard, Grandpa Mort's fishing buddy, who somehow scored a spot at the celebration. Their presence isn't explained in the episode, yet they're posed like they belong. Were they part of a bigger family history we haven't been told? Or did the writers simply slip them in for fun? Either way, those extra faces turn a happy wedding photo into a quiet puzzle frozen in time. 21. The brother who never got to grow up. Before Bluey and Bingo, there may have been another pup in the Healer family. Clues suggest Chilli was pregnant once before, but lost the baby, making Bluey and Bingo rainbow babies. The family tends to use names starting with B: Bob, Bandit, Bluey, Bingo. So it's possible the first pup's name was simply Blue. When Bluey was born, they could have added the Y to honor the original name while making it her own. That small letter turns the name softer and more childlike, as if marking her as the younger sibling who came after loss. The show never confirms this, but the idea gives a bittersweet weight to her name. What sounds playful on the surface might carry the quiet memory of a brother who never got the chance to play in the yard, laugh at the dinner table, or be part of their adventures. 22. The accident that changed the car rides. In the episode Bumpy and the Wise Old Wolfhound, Bingo is in the hospital wearing a gown and staying in bed for days. The story never says why she's there, but small details point to something serious. The windowsill is crowded with gifts, the kind you see when someone stays more than a night. A doctor listens to her back, hinting at an injury or breathing trouble. One theory is that the Healer family was in a car accident. Before this episode, Bingo's seatbelt was a simple 2-point strap, just like Bluey's. Afterward, she's always in a 5-point harness, which offers more protection. That could mean the crash left her shaken or hurt, leading to a change in safety. The show never confirms it, but the shift is there if you're looking. A quiet sign that one trip in the car may have ended very differently than planned. That's all for now. But the Bluey universe is still full of unanswered questions. Which one would you risk being wrong about just to make your case? Start the debate here.